Civil Media.
There were really high expectations that after 11 of years going backwards and a ruling that has shown a lot of evident moments of fascism, and in addition to the populism and populistic sound of this term, of people to it. So after all these years we expected change, which will be a revolutionary change from the roots, system change, overall comprehensive, multi-layer, and not only scrapping the surface of the problems. However, it was shown that the roots of the problem are much deeper than originally, and that in fact we are not talking about political party single-mindedness or partization of the state. In fact, in my opinion, in Macedonia there are no political parties, but we have ethnic tribal clans calling themselves political parties, and they, under the term political fight to winning the government, are actually hiding the fight for conquering the territory. And in fact, when a political party wins, the ethno-clan, they are not conquering the power, the government in the state, but are actually conquering the territory of the state and acts as an occupant of a hostile country and hostile territory, which wants to draw as much as possible from them in that short period available to them, because afterwards they will be replaced by the same party who has the same intentions and wishes. And in order to show that they have won the enemy territory, they are coloring the territory with their colors: red, white, blue, and so on and so forth. If you have played Pokemon, you should know that. And they share this because they have their allies when they are conquering someone else's territory. In my opinion, this corresponds to the development of the general consciousness, which has stopped at precisely those ethnic tribal relations. So after winning the enemy territory, each tribe from an ethnic community takes with them their tribal friends. And then we have Steep clan, or from Prilep, or from Kumanovo, Bitola, and so on and so forth. And suddenly there are benefits for those who belong to a particular specific ethnic tribal community. With the members of the others ethnic tribal communities, they have arrangements, they even smoke the pipes of peace, etc. But the biggest problem are those who are undetermined, who are undefined. They don't know what to do with them. And when they assume the power, they're trying to color them in their own colors. And if they fail to do that with some of them, those people are proclaimed as members of the other ethnic tribal community, or simply ignore them as if they are non-existing. And in this old kind of stew, someone comes and says there are recommendations for urgent reforms, independent regulatory control authorities, which is kind of ridiculous, and then members with professional capacities, professional experience corresponding with the area, then comparative advantage in their appointment and selection. And no one mentions the tribes, imagine that. And then we have depoliticization of public administration, transparency, legal equity representation. And before that, we need the numbers in order to find out what the needs are. This is something which is an unknown territory for our ethnic and tribal communities. What experience and so on and so forth. The new tribes comes to the government and just wins the territory, most transparently. Nothing is hidden, everything is open. And they say, until now, another tribe was here, but now we have the government and our tribe will have the privileges that the other tribe had previously. And everything will be in accordance with the law, because the law, we are the law. And now you are asking me about perspectives, and you are expecting me to say something smart and intelligent. There are no perspectives until we leave the development level which correspond to the ethnic tribal regulation and governments. No one can move forward. The tribal alliance composed of Vmrodopman, SDS and UI does not meet the conditions to make any changes whatsoever. And at the end I have to say that the foreign factor also has a lot of their share, and they have to take their responsibility. And they have not stood behind the civil model, but more or less they have flirted with the ethnic and the tribal part. That's it from my behalf, and if there are some tribal chiefs here, you would probably have some more cameras and media than you have right now. Thank you for the attention.
Civil media.